Is this screen clear? Yeah.
Yes, it's
Fine.
visible.
So let's start with Starbucks. If I see what is the valuation of the Starbucks, let's start from there. Okay. So as on October, if you see the valuation of Starbucks is about 121 billion. Okay. And if you see their EBITDA is earnings before income tax and depreciations. So it's about 7.376 billion and 8.56% increase year on year. So you need to understand where is it coming from and how are they operating, and what are some of the best practices that they have taken as a practice, so that you understand end to end how this product or business is operating, and what are their core values, and how they could make this much big organization. Okay. So to understand this, Starbucks, when we say Starbucks, the first thing that comes to our mind is coffee, right? So let's understand what is the market size of the coffee. So if you have to understand what is why this is 121 billion uh, enterprise and making 7.376 billion as EBITDA, you have to understand what is the market size of coffee. Coffee as such, what is the market size? So let's get into details of market size of coffee. If you see revenue at home, which is generated in supermarkets and convenience stores for coffee, is standing at 93.46 billion in 2024 alone. And if you see revenue out of home, which is like restaurants and bars, it is 367 billion. Now you understand where is that number coming from, which is like 7 billion revenue and 100 billion valuation. So the size of the market, coffee market itself, is very large, right? So that is how it is. And there are some more interesting numbers that I can show you here. But this is what is very important. Like, what is the size of the coffee market? Okay. So let's move on, go back and see, let's understand what is TAM, SAM, SOM. Do you know what is it? Ina, you. Yeah.
I have heard about it. Yeah, I know about the acronym.
Okay.
Use
Yeah.
the size markets. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is about total addressable market and serviceable market and like obtainable market. So there are three things. You want to speak?
No, yeah. Actually, I want to simplify this. The TAM,
Okay.
SAM, SOM.
Yeah.
Can I add points here? Yeah.
Yeah. Please,
So
please.
TAM, yeah. So total addressable market. Can I tell the same scenario? I will talk
Yeah.
about the same school things. Like
Yeah.
TAM is the total addressable market. Like people, all the kids who are under 15, we can consider as TAM. And SAM is the serviceable addressable market. The people, the kids who are willing to join the school. And SOM, which is the serviceable obtainable market. As there are many other schools, this after the competitors, this is the uh, kind of kids who will join our school.
Yes.
So this is my way of telling the same thing.
Yes, exactly. So that's what it is. And only thing that I would like to add is it's also about not willingness, but they also have to meet our criteria and persona, right? So who can afford to join, and basically it is about how much facility that we can provide for an optimal experience. So basically it is about obtainable market is what percentage of share that we can take in with all the constraints that we have. Not only that, yes, we can take in whoever wants to come. That's not the case, but it's only that a valuable service can be provided only for this many number of people. That is nothing but serviceable obtainable market. Okay. So if you see this, if I can scroll down, if you see TAM, Samsung, the estimation of coffee market is about TAM is about 500 billion per year. Okay. So if you see SAM, it is about 80 to 100 billion. And for Starbucks, estimated SOM is 40% of 40% of this, which is 32 billion, 32 to 40 billion, right? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Can I ask? So total addressable market, the TAM, is it safe to assume that it is the existing market?
Yeah, existing market where people would like to have coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is TAM, like people who prefer to have coffee. But then again, serviceable market is like I'm opening people who would like to go to a premium shop and have coffee. I would like to have coffee, but I will have coffee. I prefer to have coffee at home. He is not my SAM.
So it's about segmenting.
Yes. So people who wants to go to a premium shop and have coffee. But if that is the case, there are many more options. It doesn't guarantee you that the guy who wants to have in a premium coffee shop would only walk into Starbucks. So there can be barista, there can be many other places where coffee is available, right? So finally, Starbucks SOM is about 32 to 40 billion per year. Is this concept clear?
Yes.
I have given a table and I have given some conclusions here so that you understand what is TAM, SOM. So where will you apply this? Like anytime when you are starting a product,
Yes.
first you need to see, is it worth getting into the development of this product? Because who is my target audience, and what is SAM and what is SOM, and will it be beneficial at the best case scenario to start this with my expenses and all? Will it be covered?
Absolutely. I mean, if I were to go with the classic SWOT analysis, this is the later part of the SWOT, O and the T.
Yeah.
I would rather look for opportunities and threats if there are any, mostly opportunities. And if there is any untapped market, I think that's what SOM speaks about.
Yes.
So
That is what SOM speaks about, where yes, there is untapped market, but how much I can capture the market is all depend on. It all depends on your strategy, right? So
Okay.
so
we can-
the
is this-
market that you can capture is yes, there is a market that you can capture, but it is not that guarantee that you can capture. So it all depends on the strategy, how you position yourself, and what is that you are giving as a value to the customer.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, so is this part of market research?
Yeah, it is
Yes,
called market research, right?
Okay.
So this is part of market research where you have to understand whom you are serving and how much is your market, so that you understand exactly whom you're talking to. Okay. Yeah. So if we see when we get into any product, right, so we have to understand the major numbers and overall context of that product. Like if we are talking about coffee production, then we need to understand the in-depth research has to be done. Like who is having a lot of coffee? why they are having coffee, and what is the place that they will have coffee. So at what frequency they will have coffee, and how many cups of coffee one will have as a per capita in a country. So all this data will help you to create your own opportunities, right? So that is why this data is really important. That is why you see a lot of research companies are doing making a lot of money, because they do all this research and give it for free, like Statistia. Like they do all the research and give it to you for some amount, because data is really key. So once you understand where the consumption is, then you can open lot of coffee shops over there and you can gain money. But again, consumption doesn't mean that again you have to see how is the habit. So they would like to consume at home, or they would like to consume outside home. That is again a factor that will affect this. Okay, so if we see the coffee production, if you see the coffee production majorly is happening in Brazil, where it is about 69,000 in 2000. Okay, 60 kilogram bags are produced. Okay, so this is 69,000 in 2000. 60 kilogram bags are produced in Brazil, and if you see the numbers, this is the highest one, and then second followed by Vietnam and Colombia and all. Okay. So this is the production number, and I have also seen the consumption numbers where the highest coffee is consumed in Netherlands, followed by Finland. Okay, so that is the consumption. That is about consumption, and let's with these numbers, with all this, right? So let's understand what is Starbucks doing over here. What is the problem that Starbucks is solving, right? So the problem that Starbucks is solving is how can people enjoy a consistently high quality coffee experience outside their home in a comfortable environment that fosters connection, convenience, and personalization. So if you see anytime when you're developing a product, right, the first thing that you should try to write is a problem statement. What is that you're trying to address? Okay. And this is the problem statement that Starbucks is trying to address. Do you have any questions? So there is something called as third place. So one is your home and another is workplace. And Starbucks is creating a third place where you can go and sit there and you can relax and you can take your friends along, and you can feel comfortable and enjoy your coffee and other snacks and spend your quality time in an urban area, which is rare to find. Yes. So let's move forward and understand how is this positioning happening. So now we know the problem, that we want to create a convenient place for somebody to sit and have a personalized coffee, and that too a quality coffee. That is good. But here comes the positioning, where how Starbucks has positioned itself, right? So this experience can be like it is for coffee lovers seeking a premium personalized experience. Starbucks is leading global coffee house that offers high quality, ethically sourced beverage in a welcoming environment supported by a commitment to sustainability and digital convenience. If you see this positioning, right, this is a perception that is built in customers' mind that, okay, Starbucks is about premium, and Starbucks is about personalization, and Starbucks value sustainability, and Starbucks value ethics, right? So this is something that is really important when you try to build a product. Okay, so there are many ways to position, right? So how you want to position? I want to make a coffee where anybody can, where affordability is key, right? So it is not about a welcoming place or something where somebody walks in, quickly take the coffee and get out, right? Somebody is trying to create a large space where they're asking them to come in, feel free, sit there, relax, and do what you want to do, and feel as a premium launch. So that kind of experience, right? So these are two different ways of looking at it, and how Starbucks positioned is like they want to build a community where they feel connected, and they feel like coming again and again, and experiencing that they feel it as a third place where they can go again and again, right? So this is about positioning. So these two are really important when it comes to product development, where you start with a start with a problem statement, and then you also have your positioning statement. Okay. Now let's understand how it all started, like how Starbucks started itself, and uh, how it came into existence. In 1983, Howard Schultz so noticed an anomaly, and from that insight, a fascinating new business was eventually born. So this content is from a book called as Good Strategy, Bad Strategy, where there was a wonderful story about how Starbucks started and what was the motivation behind it. And actually, there is an interesting story.
He was inspired by the book, or the book is inspired by his story? I'm curious. Sorry to interrupt.
Actually, small block which is written on the journey of Starbucks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
sorry for the interrupting your flow. Yeah.
No problem. So what happened? Howard Schultz walked into. He was working with Starbucks. So I will tell you how he worked with Starbucks even before he established Starbucks. So there is a story behind it. So the thing is, he walked into Italy, a small coffee shop, where he found these differences between US and Milan. So in America, even well-to-do drink is cheap and bland coffee. But when in Milan, expensive, high-quality coffee was not a niche product. Okay. So this was the case in 1981-82. Okay. And in America, if you see, fast food meant cheap and plastic, but in Milan, fast coffee is expensive and served in lively social atmosphere. So these are the differences that he figured out, and he came back to US, and he told them that why don't we create this kind of experience where people can walk in and consume espresso. So at that point of time, Starbucks was a retail chain who is selling tea, coffee powder, grounded coffee powder. Okay, they didn't had any store or nothing. So this guy went to Italy, and he came back and he proposed this solution. That why don't we have a store where it replicates just like in Italy, how they are doing, as like walk in and have espresso. Where can we have such an setup in US and now in Seattle, right? So in fact, nobody believed him, and even though he started in a small corner, and then he came out of Starbucks, and he started his own store called as Il Journal, which is nothing but the newspaper. So this is a company name of Howard Schultz, who served coffee, espresso, and some lunch items in a small 700 square foot area. Okay. So after this, what happened? In couple of years, in 1987, Hill Journal acquired Starbucks, and now he became the CEO of Starbucks. Actually, he was an employee of Starbucks, and he came out and he started his own firm. And after that, he went back and acquired that company, and he became CEO of Starbucks. It's a very good, interesting story. Yeah, yeah. So, do you have any questions over here? Just wanted to
No,
any. Yeah.
just- I mean, thank you for the amazing story. I never knew about this fact, the picture and all
Yeah.
that.
These are actually real pictures from Starbucks stores itself. Okay.
I mean, it
So,
reminds me of the old story where Steve Jobs was fired from his own company and then he was rehired before he launched the iPod and iPhone,
yeah,
etc.
right. So actually, at that point of time, when he came back, Steve Jobs came back. They had only money to run a couple of months. They were about to bankrupt, only 2 months. And then he got $150 million funding from Microsoft.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bill Gates gave $150 million to save Apple. It's an interesting story.
Crazy.
Yeah. So if I see this, I'll show you what is the source of this, and you guys can see this. This is from Starbucks Archive, their own website, where they have told about the original turning points and all that, where they feel proud about sharing their own story. Right. So when you have a legacy, you feel like sharing it. Okay, then your website is a great place to do that. Yeah. Yes, somebody. So let's look at the customer persona whom Starbucks is serving. Okay. So what do you think? I mean, you tell me, like, who is the customer of a Starbucks? Definitely not me. Did you guys ever went to Starbucks?
No.
Okay. So now you have to tell me, like, why you went to Starbucks.
Well, I went there to have a coffee. But on getting there and looking around, the kind of people that are mostly there are middle class or rich people,
Okay.
and I think
Yeah.
that's one criteria. So is their socioeconomic background seems to be on the,
What pulled you there,
and
Ini?
yeah.
What pulled
What
you there?
attracted me?
How? Why? What is the motivation behind going there?
Why? It was I just wanted to have a sense of that luxury, something upmarket and interest, something exciting.
Yeah, something
So that was
exciting.
what attracted me. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if I see, right, so if I have some good money in pocket, definitely I will
Yeah.
walk in there if I am around that place, because the ambience is great and I have heard
Yeah.
about Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if someone from Starbucks asks me to make a custom coffee, maybe I will not be able to tell them, but at least I will be ordering something which is in default. Okay, so just for an ambience, and yeah, I may go there. Yeah, so now we need to understand what kind of persona is going Starbucks, and because this is really important to understand. Yes.
Yeah. Before we move, you made a very quite a statement. You said, "I never went to Starbucks." May we all in today know the reason why?
Why? Oh, why I didn't go there?
Why
Okay. Why I
Or-
didn't go there? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'll tell you. There are a couple of reasons. So one is Starbucks was never around my vicinity. When I was in the age where I was supposed to go to Starbucks, I'll tell you. So generally, the age group or people who go Starbucks are kind of just started earning and or something like that, where they are moving fast and they want to feel peace and something like that, or with a group of friends going for some kind of a show off. So I feel that is what it is, right? So it's kind of that's what is my feeling. So I never felt like so much value in the money that I would spend. Uh, Basically, it is about like, right? So I don't like going to expensive places. So that's not my lifestyle, possibly.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. But I go to cafe coffee day, where I drink coffee for about $1 or $1.50 range, not at $5 range, not a coffee at $5 range. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how it is.
I mean,
Maybe I crossed that hippie mentality after marriage, possibly.
yeah, marriage does that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's very interesting. We got two data points. Why one visited the Starbucks and why another didn't visit Starbucks. And
Yes.
we are already seeing two segments of the customer here in this chat.
Yeah, definitely. When somebody is targeting, at least targeting messages
Yeah.
through social media ads, they should not reach me.
Oh, okay.
Because I will anyway don't go there. Okay.
We'll
So
take this conversation offline.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
sure.
to listen to your side of the story, why you visit Cafe Coffee Day. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's see the customer persona. We need to understand any product when we are looking at it. We need to see who is my ideal customer persona. ICP we call it as. Okay. So he is the person, when you give him a product, he is readily available to take it. Okay. So you cannot say age group is from 30 to 40. No, you should exactly pinpoint what is his age and what is his occupation, where do we find him, what is his income level, and what is his lifestyle, what are his habits, what is the value that he believe in, what are his thinking, why, how does he think, all those things. If you can capture it, it will be really helpful information in making advertisements or creating a kind of communication, one-to-one communication with that customer in whatever means it be. Communication is of a brand is not only through advertisements, it's also about the way they position themselves, the way they organize their showroom or a place of transaction, the way they put billboards, right? There are so many places where we get in touch with a brand, and everywhere you are actually communicating with your ideal customer or customer persona, right? So you are actually talking to your ICP, and rest of all are bonus. If you get ICP getting converted as a general customer, then that's good enough. So generally you talk to a persona exactly whom you are trying to connect. Do you have any doubts on customer persona? Like I didn't read through it, but I can share it with you. So suppose the lifestyle, if you see, it is about busy professional, always on the go, values convenience. That means they have got a lot of money, possibly, and works long hours and often starts her day with a coffee. She enjoys spending time in coffee shops as a space for work, meetings, or unwinding after work. Yeah. So this is about the lifestyle of the ideal customer persona of Starbucks. And some of the habits could be orders coffee through the Starbucks app and prefers seasonal drinks like pumpkin spice latte or new releases. Visits Starbucks 3 to 4 times a week, possibly. And she loves to have quality ingredients, cozy and welcoming atmosphere, a brand that aligns with her eco-conscious values, appreciates loyalty, rewards, and exclusive member offers. So this is what is the customer persona. Do you have any questions before we meet? So people who visit Starbucks is why do they visit it? Because they love quality of life, quality of coffee, and they love convenience and social atmosphere, cozy ambience, strong brand connection, seasonal offerings, reward program, and as a lifestyle status symbol. This is very important. There are social requirements, and there are different requirements that are there for anybody, right? So generally brands or any product is there to fulfill their requirements. So in that case, even lifestyle status symbol is also a kind of a social requirement for somebody, right? So they feel very good when they buy something expensive. So if you see, as of 2023, I just gave numbers of India. So I have other numbers as well. I can show you a little later. So if you see, as of 2023, Starbucks operates around 350 stores in India, and brand entered India market in 2012 through a joint venture with Tata Global Beverages, known as Tata Starbucks. So in India, Starbucks is called as Tata Starbucks. Okay. So they have different models. Some places they franchise, some places they do collaborations, joint ventures, and there are reasons behind it why they are doing so. And yeah, so let's see something really important with respect to product and brand. So let's look into this point. So if at all anytime you are actually building a product, right, and you are associating a brand, you should have to bring, as a product manager, you should bring some kind of identification to brand and product. So how will you bring it? Any idea? So definitely the logo, wherever my brand goes, my logo goes. Any other things that you think of?
Can you repeat? Sorry, I missed.
Yeah. So how you build products which are consistent? How you build brand which is consistent?
I'm not sure what the word is or the name. I've forgotten what the name is. But something like how Coca-Cola does I'm loving it, and you would know for a fact that that's their brand.
Yeah, that's true. There is much more to it. And I see anytime you find a smallest color possible, which is associated with the brand, you can really remember it faster. It's not only about brand color, brand logo, it's also about brand color. Okay. So, and it's also about sometimes font of a brand. Sometimes it is about the art form which is there, which can be associated with the brand. There are many such things which associates with the brand and product. Okay. So I'll show you how that is done so that you understand if you are a product manager and if you are trying to do something in a product, how to build consistency, and this is really important. Okay, if I show you this case studies, okay, so it shows you how it is going to uh, place itself as a product, right? So these are some of the product outlooks, how they should look like. Okay, and if you see logo, since they have franchised and they have licensed and they have a lot of things, but they cannot let go their logo or any on any of their stores. So that's why they have clear guidelines on that. And it's also about colors. So when there is promotion in LinkedIn or Instagram or any social media or anywhere, right? So they should only use these colors, even their franchises if they are
Yeah.
doing something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
And
product design part. Yeah.
yes, product design part and also voices. So when they are actually writing anything as a promotion, they should try to stick to this kind of language or typography, colors and all that. Okay. So here there is a typography information. And if you see illustration, so these are some of the illustrations that one can use. And these are some photographies. So how to do photography, even if you are not part of you are part of a licensee or franchise, but you should start using their guideline, right? So this is how somebody brings this kind of omni-channel experience, even though it is franchised or licensed or however it is. Within products, if you are having a platform or product range, then you should have consistent colors across, consistent voice and consistent messages going across, so that everybody is talking about the same language. This is something really important for product manager to see if designs are aligned, right? So website and mobile, right? They cannot carry two different colors and typography. So they all should
Yeah,
align.
I meant,
Yeah.
sorry, I meant to say slogan. When I said I'm loving it belongs to McDonald, I believe. So that's the brand slogan. So it's just a phrase that is used consistently with the brand.
Yes. Right. So brand slogans, as you rightly mentioned, right? Brand slogans, and there are many things which respect to wherever you find this find a product related to this brand or a related products, they should also have same consistent language that they're talking with respect to typography, colors, logos, and interactions that are happening. So they all should have same. So this is an important thing that you should look at.
So I
And
have a question.
yeah.
So you said in India, it's Starbucks is called Tata's Starbucks. So
Yes.
is there anything that indicates that it that Tata is in partnership with Starbucks, or is it the same regular Starbucks always?
No. Tata and Starbucks came together with 50-50% venture. And this is the case with not only India, this is the case with Japan, this is the case with UAE, this is the case with China. I don't know the number of the percentage venture it is, but you can see here in China they had joint venture with Uni President Enterprises, and Japan they have Sajbi League, and they have a different group in South Korea, Mexico, India, United Kingdom. These are ventures, joint ventures, license agreements. So why is this? It is about risk sharing, and also there are many more important things that we should consider when we are going for a different region, right? So Starbucks as such, if it is a global product, but as a global brand, but when it comes to India, when it comes to China, tastes are different, and they kind of want to localize whatever is Starbucks in general, right? So that is one important thing. And second thing is, with partnerships, you are actually minimizing your risk, right? So it can be financial risk or okay, and also you get a strong brand which can be represented along with you, where you find premium localities and all that, because um, as Starbucks directly cannot interact, maybe Tata can be one of the player who can easily get local things get fixed, right? So there are many reasons why this collaboration happens.
Yeah. And if I may, during the collaboration contracting process, usually these companies decide on certain aspects. For example, Tata will, I don't know what they spoke about behind the scenes, but let's assume that Tata took care of marketing and the branding, and it still has a very strong foothold in India. So anything that's associated with Tata is bound to be of a high quality, even the Tata
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
And so there's a immediate identification and immediate association to this partner.
yeah,
And
that is true. So that would be the
Yeah,
case
brand
with
identity.
brand
yeah,
identity.
brand identity. That would
The
be the case
brand,
with
yeah,
yeah, that would be the case with other countries as well, where associations are going to help them locally to build their tastes and all that.
segment.
Yeah, that's true actually.
It's like
Yeah.
saying if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's how it is, right? Yeah. So if you see, if we move forward, let's move on to next segment, which is an interesting segment, the marketing strategies. So now I have to talk to my persona. So how will I do that? Right. So this all goes back to the positioning that we are talking about, right? So what is the positioning of Starbucks? So the marketing strategy will be aligned to the positioning of Starbucks. If I have to see, so Starbucks is about personalization, and Starbucks is about loyalty program. Starbucks is about seasonal campaigns to create urgency and excitement. So people will go there because they see there is something interesting has come up, and it is only going to be there for about 1 month because it is seasonal, right? So I like that. I like lychee so much. I feel like buying it more because I feel like there will be end of season and I will not get it again. So it's about lychee, it's about seasonal fruits. So it's basically we crave to have them more because they are seasonal. So these are some of the marketing strategies that they have, and let's watch one few videos, so where we'll understand how they are positioning and how they are talking to their customer. Yeah, so let me play this. It's about 1 minute. Okay, like 57 seconds. So how much information you grabbed? Can you tell me? Like, what did you felt about
A
it?
lot, a lot, a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So can you go by one? Like, what is that you have seen in the entire thing?
Customer centricity, personalization.
Yeah, and like you guys can work from there. You can sit and read over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
can carry that.
yeah, you can do online order as well, where you can take it away. And
Customization of the product.
yeah, customization of the
Like-
product. Yeah. There are a lot of things. Like in 57 seconds, I could see a lot of things. So anything from you, Vipul?
Yeah. After all this, if I can put it in simple words, it's about being social. It's about creating a social environment, because you can read the book, you can meet people, you can greet people. She also saw herself in the mirror in one frame, in a tiny frame. She saw herself in the mirror. So where do you see yourself in the mirror? Mostly at home. So she's feeling at home. She's feeling herself as if she's in the library. She's feeling herself as if she's in the work, because she opened the laptop and interacting.
That's awesome observation. Huh? That feeling at home is like a good observation, actually.
Yeah, it's basic psychology. So she has. So basically, this advertisement speaks about an individual's social preferences and trying to cater to the social needs.
Yeah. So now let's go back to see another video where we will see how the positioning is done in this video. Okay.
Hey, I've just finally got some time to do my own thing. I'll send you a link. I'm doing some prints, trying to make accessories from them. Oh, I'm really, really happy you like them. Hey, it's Kay Davis. What's happened?
To be honest, it's just not what we're looking for.
Kay. Hey, good to see you.
So what did you see here?
Continuity.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody preferring the same seat after getting rejected, and again after some time successful, and yeah. So and feeling like home. And I see one policy where Starbucks cannot ask somebody to leave their premise until unless they are doing wrong at their premise.
Yes.
Right. So
True.
yeah. So anybody can go and sit there and just enjoy, chill. Yeah. So that's a good thing. And I wanted to show you another video. Anything that you would like to add, any?
Share the festive feels. Share a red cup moment.
Yeah, it's so short, but yeah, it has that seasonal advertisement where possibly it is Christmas time. So you understood how they're trying to message very coherently with respect to their positioning, and they create sentiments and all that. And I want to show you some reels where this is Starbucks and where the interesting part that I want to show you is so this is about how it comes from farm to cup. So all that process is shown, and there are some. We always want to get associated with something good. Okay, so brands feel like brands wants to be that good person, so that you try to associate with them. That's the only thing that's there, right? So it's basically, if you are good, you're doing great, then I feel like associating with you. So this is about reels and social media, how they are doing it. Okay, so this is about consistent messaging. Okay, marketing strategies, right from positioning, how they are doing. Okay. Are there any queries over here, like how the positioning turns into a marketing tool?
Yeah, this reminds me of the vision statement and mission statement we spoke about few lectures before, few sessions before, not lectures. So it's more or less the same thing. So right from the get-go, they have this grand vision of a product and their mission to cater to the customers and etc. And then probably they derive the positioning statement, and every action that they do, horizontally or vertically across the company, they're associated to the positioning statement.
Yes, right. So if you see here, right, let's see Starbucks stories. So this is an important thing, what they're trying to do. And there is something interesting to take away from here. Okay. So this is a cafe practice, Starbucks approach to ethically sourcing coffee. Did you guys ever went to a coffee estate?
I come from the coffee family. I'm the 7th generation of coffee grower. My town.
That's awesome. So that's about I at least once in a year I go and live in coffee plantation area.
Where?
So because in Coorg and Chikbalapur, where I stay there, it's like it's like my second home, where I feel like really going there again and again. Uh, at raw, there are two qualities. One is not two qualities, two types, Arabica and Robusta, and that's the only two types available in the world. And if you see, this is grown, and farmers will get only 22,000 rupees in the market, or if you convert into INR, if you convert into uh, somewhere around $400 is what 400 to 500 in between that is what a farmer get for 100 kg bag. Okay, so what Starbucks is trying to do here is end-to-end sourcing. There is something interesting called as vertical integration. Vertical integration is where it is done by Apple as well, where from source to the destination, they own everything. Not exactly owning in the sense uh, like as a property, but it's about the process, the quality control, everything. They don't just rely on a third person to deliver things, and they will they will say like, okay, we have a product and we sell it. It's not like that. So where if you see Apple, it is vertically integrated because the designing of Apple happens in US, though the actual assembling happens in China or in India lately. The design thing happens over there and the marketing happens by Apple. Okay, and they dictate everything how an Apple should be, right? In the similar fashion, Starbucks is also in the same line where they source directly from farmers and reliable sources, and then they convert that into they have their own roasting mechanism, and then they turn that into coffee, a valuable coffee bean, which is where they also have techniques developed for themselves, right? So that is called as vertical integration, where you are part of every process step, not leaving any gaps. And cafe practices is like where they are taking care of farmers who are there, who are plucking coffee. So normally coffee bean is not so costly if there is no manual effort, if there is less manual effort. But but there is a lot of effort involved in coffee because if you see the bean, it will not ripe at the same day. So there may be a lot of beans in a tree. It ripes at a different timeline, and every day, a wage worker has to go there and take out that bean, and then they have to do the processing. Okay, so there is a lot of exploitation happens, and there are a lot of things that are happening with respect to farmers, and the farmers how they treat the workers. So Starbucks has come up with a policy where they are going to source with only the registered farmers, and they make sure that the farmers are also given fair value, and also workers' wages are given properly at the level of the acceptable wage that is supposed to be done in that particular country, and as well as education of children is taken care, and labor. And then child labor is not done, so a lot of things are there. So where how they are doing it, that is a policy that they have, and that is how they are creating a kind of a image of good company where people are trying to associate, right? It's not because yeah.
And in our town where I'm from, the workers are given health insurance, for example.
Yeah, so that has become part and parcel of cafe practices Starbucks has involved, where wherever they are sourcing from, they have to show that the transaction has happened, where fair amount is given to workers, and child laboring is not done, and farmer also is given right value. Only then they will be taking from them, and they are also giving extra amount for premium coffee bean. So this is about branding and showing that okay, we are conscious by choice with respect to our ecosystem and what we are dealing with. Is this clear? So that's how brand associations are done. And I would like to show you another thing where they are trying to become a greener stores. So 6,000 stores are about greener, and there are 10,000 more coming up. And this is about the video that I would like to show you. This is the message that you would like to see, that they are contributing to a better future. So this is exactly is the thing. So if I show you, so why they are doing all this is because we want everyone to feel that when they walk into Starbucks, they feel like they are contributing to a better future. right? So this is about positioning, right? So this is how it happens. So see, as a compliance, you have to follow certain norms where there is responsibility on every company to go carbon neutral. Okay, so to do their part because they are using cups which are made of paper, so they have to compensate over there. So there are norms in everywhere, right? So they are following it. How do you want to relate this experience and compliance into your own products? Any product that you are building. So how can you ensure that it is compliant?
I think you've got to know the standards within within the area of, for instance, what is obtainable in India, China, different places that they would partner with, so that they are compliant with their
Yeah.
policies and standards. Exactly.
Yes, that is important. So compliance is a very key thing that you should know with respect to any product that you are building, the security compliance or whatever that you're talking about. So if you be proactive, okay, you will not get uh, like your brand or your product will not get negative remarks. So being proactive with compliance, security, and all the basic norms is really important. If you see, Qatar has shown us best football experience, but the people who have worked there had not got their wages or they are treated not well. So by that, the Qatar brand has gone. What they tried and what they wanted to showcase the world is spoiled because of that one negative news. So in your product, if you have any complaints to be followed, so do it proactively. Okay, so compliance is something that which will make or break your product or brand, right? So if Qatar has done something like cafe practices of Starbucks, if they had done all that with proper documentation, nobody could have fingered it, saying that okay, you did something wrong. That is not possible. So that's where we have stories about it. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
look into, yeah.
Generally, any physical brand companies, they will talk about the social responsibility because they will use many packaging things. They use other products. So definitely, if you see their terms and conditions, or some companies like Mama Earth, they will say with every bottle, recycle bottle, and with every product we sell, we will plant a tree. Such a way they differentiated themselves from other products.
Yeah, sometimes this could be it's all about positioning. Okay, how you are positioning yourself as a good brand. It is brand positioning rather product positioning. Okay, so how I'm good in comparison with other people. Okay, and anyways, we'll move on. We'll talk about actual product, a website and a mobile application, how it works, and what's happening here. Okay, if you see Starbucks, right? It is about 50 years now. 1971 was Starbucks originally incorporated, and 1987 is when Il Journal has taken over Starbucks, right? So if you see, it is having at least 40-50 years of legacy, and he is out of Starbucks as CEO in the year 2005, I guess. Okay, so and then there were 3 years where where they didn't did really great, and in 2008 there was a down cycle for Starbucks. So then again, Howard Schultz took charge and he revamped it in next 3 years. So he had taken some initiatives where in 2008 they closed almost like 800 stores, and they almost let go 6,000 plus people. So they restructured everything and they reimagined their brand again, and they reconnected with their very purpose, that why they started this Starbucks. Okay, so as part of that, they adopted the technology with respect to convenience and personalization, and they built all these websites and mobile applications, which was the need of the hour. They improved and they adopted technology as well. Okay, so why is this mobile so important? Why is website so important? Would you like to answer this? As a customer experience, why is this so important?
I think every company has a digital presence these days.
Okay,
For
it gives you connection with the
Awareness.
customer awareness. Okay.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Awareness with the.
What
So I was
else
going
is
to
there?
say mobile. Everyone has a mobile phone these days as well.
Yeah, maybe store locator is the feature that can help.
At that time.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I come from China, suppose. Yeah, then I can find store locator. I can find yeah, store locator feature, and I can find the nearest Starbucks place and go sit there. Yeah, that is one thing. And what else is there? So I wanted to go deep and understand why mobile is so important.
Very large population of the world currently has a mobile phone, and it's the easiest way to connect to the internet and do
Yes,
searching.
it is easiest way to connect. So if I see, I will tell you that if I go to a Starbucks and I see there is a queue, and there are 10 people standing in front of me, and I have to order. So how does it feel like? Uh, will it give a premium experience? Consider at least 4 people standing over there, and they are ordering, and I have to stand in queue. It's not giving really good experience for me, at least. Right? So I can sit in my table and I want to choose whatever I feel like, and it comes to my table. Yeah.
Yes.
And also, Starbucks has come up with reward points. So the more you go there, the more you get rewards, and you will be given free coffee and such things. So they have their own reward systems to encourage people to come again and again, to build a habit.
Loyalty.
Yeah, loyalty programs. Yes. So if you see, tech adoption is really great. So it is actually bringing down the operational cost. How is it? Is like you don't need a person to take order, and at the same time, you don't have a crowded area uh, in a store. So I don't feel like seeing this crowded area. Just like I enter and I see crowded area where people are standing on queue, which I normally found like couple of years when I went to KFC. I found that people are standing in queue, and it's also the case with McD. Right? So now they are coming up with digital solutions where you can go and order. Yes, that's two way of looking at it. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, like that's how it is. So let's see what are the features that you have. So mobile ordering is a feature, and Starbucks rewards, payment options, and personalization and store locator. These are the main features that they have. And let me show you the Figma, which I have created by taking screenshots from actual Starbucks website. Okay. So this is about the homepage where they are introducing Diwali delights. It's a very clean design. If you see, right, there's not much. There is a lot of space. Uh, Somebody is calling it as Sweden design, where as a design principle, little is more. That's what they call it as. So there is very little amount of data over here, but you just know what you just see what they want to show you. Okay, so this is about homepage, and this is about the loyalty programs, and you have a store finder, and this is how this looks like, and you have the store, actual store. How does it look like? So this is all the experience of the website, and when you go to mobile application, first thing that they ask is about allowing you, and also you have location permission, and then sign in, and after that you see there is an order page, and as well as same to same, where they explain the benefits of having Starbucks rewards. How does it work? And there are some FAQs followed, and you have you earn stars on every order. So that's what they're trying to explain. And then you have a place where you order it and check out. So these are the screens which are taken from app.
Yeah, so I just want to tell a few principles. There's like consistency, repetition, alignment, and proximity. These are the four principles they will keep in mind while building a website. Scrap very easily, you can keep it in your mind. So when in the interviews, when you have this kind of question, you can use these terms.
Maybe you can put it into chat. Yeah. Thanks, Swati. So if we
Yeah.
see, this is how it is, and we will talk about the metrics. Okay. So what are the primary metrics and the secondary metrics when it comes to this particular business? So definitely revenue growth. Okay, and same store sales, which is nothing but comparable store sales. Like what's happening with a store in a metro city A and metro city B, with the same number of people having a footfall, right? And average order value, it reflects the average spend per transaction, both online and in store. So that's one criteria. And then customer retention rate, the percentage of people who are returning customers, and how is my mobile order and pay usage, and customer lifetime value. So there are customers who onboard and they experience it and they leave. There are customers who onboard and they stay for a long time. If you keep them motivated, and if you keep them giving that extra uh, efficiency and lucrative whatever brand that is offering, right? So you keep in touch with them, and you try to engage with them. They may stay with you for longer time. So you have to see what is the lifetime value of any customer, because customer acquisition also would have costed something. So you should not have lesser lifetime value of a customer. So you should always focus on customer lifetime value. And net promoter score, obvious that you need to see how much positively your customers are talking about you. Okay. And the secondary matrix is about foot, how many people are coming into the store, and user engagement rate, and in-app conversion rate, redemption rate or loyalty rewards, customer feedback scores, supply chain efficiency, marketing campaign performance, and social media engagement, store efficiency metrics. So why there are two metrics? One is primary metric and secondary metric. So what is the difference between them?
I was going to ask, is this leading and lagging? Is this what you refer to as leading and lagging metric?
So how you tell in the simple term is like, suppose your primary metrics are not as per your expectation. So where you should look at. So it is secondary metrics is like, so it is directly proportional when it comes to the number of footfall will be directly proportional to the sales that is happening in a store. If these metrics are good, then your primary metrics will also should look good.
All right. Okay.
No, what you said is really right, that leading and lagging is correct, but I'm just telling you in a layman term to understand.
Okay. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if something is wrong with your primary metric, suppose your growth is coming down, right? So whom would you complain with? Where should you look at?
The secondary
So
matrix.
that is the secondary matrix, right? Your net promoter score is going down. Why it is going down? Where is that matrix? Where should you look
Because
at?
social media engagement. Oh no, anything to do
Engagement,
with
yeah.
engagement.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
there is always a chain of things which are actually leading to the final revenue, right? So you should know what is that channel. How this final matrix is arrived is something really important. So it will not arrive just like that. It will be a result of few blocks of metrics. So when the final metric is going wrong, you should track back where exactly is going it wrong. So that is part of a root cause analysis that you can do, so that you can strengthen the metric that is not in going in a positive direction. Is this clear? Any? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you see some of the primary metrics with mobile application specifically or web application, so these are the monthly active users, retention rate, daily active users, customer lifetime value, average order value. So these are about mobile applications. Mobile application, how you look at them. Okay. So if you want to see, there is one website where I have seen why Starbucks digital strategy outperformed. You can have a look at this. I have given the link, and there are some good insights also from there. So maybe you can check this link. Okay. So if you want to see, yeah, as I told you, right, these are about collaborations, and this is video of Starbucks CEO in 2011 when in 2008 he took that back. In 2008 he became CEO again after 3 years of gap, and he did a strategy reset, and in 2011 he gave this interview for London Business Forum. Okay, so I would appreciate if you can watch this video. You will get a lot of insights from him on what is that they're trying to do. Maybe we can watch first few minutes so that we'll get understanding of what is that happened and how it bounced back, right? So we just see glimpse of first 5 minutes or 4 minutes so that we'll get it, and then we will go back to our conclusion, what we learned today. Okay, so let me turn on this.
No company is immune from the impact of the recession, and not even the one-time darling of Wall Street, Starbucks.
After 37 years of growth, Starbucks is struggling to put the mo back in its joke.
The #1 threat facing America, Starbucks. Going for a cup of coffee and they want you to buy a sandwich and a book and a DVD.
In a memo to his top executives, Howard Schultz admitted changes have led to a dilution of the experience and a loss of the romance and theater of Starbucks, opening the door to competitors. This must be eradicated.
Yesterday, it was concluded that I would be coming back as Chief Executive Officer. I can see the light. I know what we have to do. We have to show up. We have to do the work. And what doing the work means is that we have to find answers to tough problems. I apologize if anyone in this room feels that we have fractured the culture and values of the company by what has happened over the last few weeks. It's a decision that we had to make. Together, we have to turn this page. We have to go forward. We want to go back to what we really stand for, and we want to provide our customers and our people a sense of pride and confidence in the authenticity of the Starbucks experience.
We have a lot of work to do, but our research tells us we're making real progress on every measure of customer satisfaction.
There'll be more stores in the next year that'll be very, very different, but much more exciting and obviously much more relevant than the stores we built 10 years ago. Starbucks' best days, I truly believe, are in front of us. We have some of the finest people in the world serving our coffee in our stores. We are ethically sourcing the highest quality coffee in the world. I know that to be true. We have built one of the most recognized and respected brands in the world. And I believe sincerely in the future of our company because I believe in all of you.
The President, Chairman and Chief Executive of Starbucks, Howard Schultz.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to London. Some of our former business secretaries may not know who you are. I can assure you we do, and it's a privilege to have you with us today. Let's just put a little bit of context on where we are. Starbucks is 40 years old this year. You have almost 17,000 stores and 200,000 employees. Over 60 million people in more than 50 countries pass through the doors of Starbucks every week. You have annual revenues well in excess of $10 billion. You recently announced record fiscal second quarter results, stating that your sales, traffic, and customer trends all point to the expanding power of the Starbucks business. Starbucks has an extraordinary history, and we're going to explore some of that history today. But I want to start by looking at where you started, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up in the projects in Brooklyn in the 50s and 60s.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, and thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it very much. My story, I think, has been well told in that I grew up in what is entitled in America the projects, which is federally subsidized housing, really literally on the other side of the tracks. My dad never made more than $20,000 a year. He was a blue-collar worker. And I think I saw as a young child the fracturing of the American dream, in that unfortunately my parents were not educated and they didn't have the resources to take advantage of what America really had to offer. And I think that really did shape how I would see the world. If I took you to where I grew up, the odds on me getting from there to here is not something you would have bet on. And I think I was very fortunate to put myself in a position to succeed, but also I've had a lot of luck, a lot of good fortune. But I do say in the book, and when I speak to young people, I think something that happens along the way is that people are somehow encouraged that perhaps they're dreaming too big or their dreams can't come true. And what I try and encourage young people to avoid is don't allow anybody, friends, family, even your parents, to tell you you're aiming too high. Because if you look at my story, it's not a Hollywood movie. It's real, it's authentic, and it happened to me. I'm not smarter than anyone else, and it can happen to you. Business is a team sport. It's not about one person. And I think I learned that on the sports field. And specifically what I mean is success is best when it's shared. You have to be willing, I think, to share the spotlight with others. And if you look at the entire history of our company, what we've tried to do, essentially, is build a company that would balance profitability with a social conscience, and that started with our people. And what we've tried to do, I think, more than anything else, is recognize that you can't exceed the expectations of your customers as an enterprise unless you exceed the expectations of your people first.
Yeah, I would like to pass here. Maybe you guys can follow it later. Yep. So this is what I have to share. You guys with me? Yeah.
Can you share the link
Yes.
later?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is it the part of the Notion document so that we can see?
Yes. Yes, I will be sharing this link with you guys in a moment. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So let's try to conclude. What did we learn today in this whole Starbucks? So from each one of you, what is that key thing that you took away from here as a product management, as a product guy? So what do you take from all the research and whatever I have shown? So what you take from here?
Customer centricity, innovation from my end.
Okay. I'll say on my side, I'd seen some and some, but never really discussed it to a point where I understood it. So I'd say I learned that was a learning point for me. But in terms of the entire product teardown, I've been able, I think it's very detailed breakdown of what Starbucks is about and a good insight to the product itself or the service. I'm not, yeah.
Yes. So I want you to understand that if at all you're applying for any company, right? So the thing that you should do is such a teardown. Okay. So if time permits, go even deeper and understand the competition, and you can build such teardowns in the domains and industries that you would like to go, and create your portfolio in Notion. Notion is such a good platform where you can create yourself a team space or space, and where you can have your own website. I'll show you one example how it is done and how it helps you. Okay. So maybe at this point, I would like to stop recording because there are some identities that will be revealed. So I just don't want to do that. Okay.